A fantastic place to visit and vacation, Corfu lies in the Ionian Sea, just off the coast of both Albania and Greece. Also known as Kerkyra in Greek, it has a remarkably rich history to delve into, with many also holidaying here for its divine scenery and the sparkling waters that surround it. Due to its strategic setting, everyone from the Romans and Venetians to the British and French ruled over the idyllic isle at one point or another. In this video, we explore the best attractions and things to do in Corfu. We've collected a list of the top attractions and things to do in Corfu, so make sure to include them in your list if you're a visitor. At first in the list, number 1, Corfu Old Town. Home to a mesmerizing mess of enticing streets and attractive squares, Corfu's Old Town really is a treat to stroll about. The heart and soul of life on the island, its fine Venetian buildings and countless bustling businesses occupy a broad peninsula in between two fabulous old fortresses. As the island was long ruled by the Republic of Venice, its Italian influence is ever present, though both Spianata Square and the Liston are respectively more British and French in nature. Number 2, Paleokastritsa Beach. Undoubtedly one of the most popular and pristine swathes of sand on the isle, Paleokastritsa Beach is set right by the village and monastery of the same name. Surrounded by little bars and tavernas, it is a lovely spot to sunbathe, swim and take in the spectacular scenery all around you. Curved about a sparkling bay with high walls of rock bordering it, the beach is sandy unlike most of the shingle coves up and down the coast. As it is quite narrow, it often gets quite full during the day with sunbeds and umbrellas studding its shores. Number 3, Achilleion Palace. One of the most beautiful landmarks in Corfu is the Achilleion Palace. As the name suggests, the palace was built with the theme of Achilles himself, so there is an emphasis throughout the structure on beauty, symmetry and sculpture. The opulent palace was built in 1890 by Empress of Austria Elizabeth of Bavaria, also known as Sisi, a woman known to be obsessed with physical beauty. After the death of her son in 1889, she threw herself into the creation of Achilleion Palace, which served as a summer palace for decades. Number 4, Vlacherna Monastery, one of the most iconic landmarks, and one closely associated with the Corfu's history, is the Vlacherna Monastery. The woman's monastery is located on a tiny island off the coast. In order to access the island, which is almost entirely covered by the monastery itself, visitors have to walk along the narrow wharf that leads from the coast to Vlacherna. The bright white architecture of the Vlacherna Monastery, built at the end of the 17th century, stands out against the background of the blue waters surrounding it. Number 5, Canal Sidari. On the western side of the island are several popular resort areas, most of which are busy year-round thanks to international tourism. One, called Sidari, is especially popular thanks to its proximity to a natural landmark known as the Canal de l'Amour. Accessible on foot right at one end of the beach, the Canal de l'Amour is a series of narrow inlets created by sandstone cliffs. Each of the inlets offers something unique, ranging from a pristine strip of white sand to paths that lead to gorgeous stone archways or hidden caverns. Number 6, Kassiopi. Tucked away right along the northeastern coast of the island is the charming little fishing village of Kassiopi. As well as boasting a very scenic center and the remains of a centuries-old Byzantine fort, its wealth of top-quality restaurants and luxury villas attract hordes of holidaymakers each summer. Unlike the rest of the region's beach-focused resorts, its main hub of activity is based around its tiny horseshoe-shaped harbor. Here you'll find terrific tavernas, seafood restaurants and souvenir shops, with the whole area being delightfully lit up at night. Number 7, Angelokastro Fortress. Set in a very dramatic spot, the ancient Angelokastro Fortress is perched atop a very precipitous and rocky hilltop overlooking the Ionian Sea. Nestled away along the isle's northwest coastline, not far from Paleokastritsa. Its fortifications are fascinating to tour about, with the views being just as good. Certainly one of the most imposing architectural sites in the Ionian Islands. It was built sometime in the 13th century by the Byzantines. Number 8. La Grotta Beach, on the eastern side of Paleokastritsa, is one of the most enchanting spots on the island, the stunning La Grotta Beach. Besides basking in its epic scenery and views, you can go swimming, snorkeling and cliff diving here, or enjoy a delicious meal or drink at its famous bar. In truth, it is more of a rocky bay than a beach, as lots of large boulders and a few wooden platforms for sunbathing lie between its two towering cliffs. It paints quite a pretty picture though, what with the twinkling turquoise waters lapping at its dramatic-looking rocky outcrops. Number 9. Mount Pantokrator. The highest peak in all of Corfu is Mount Pantokrator, making the mountain an easily identifiable landmark for residents and visitors alike. From the summit of the peak, it is possible to see all of Corfu in one panoramic view, and even Albania can be spotted off in the distance. Hiking to the summit of Mount Pantokrator takes an average of 2 hours for a reasonably fit adult, but it is also possible to drive to the top. A 17th century church stands near the summit, reminding visitors about the strong connection between mountains and gods in Greek culture. At last in the list, number 10. Aqualand Corfu Water Park. If you're after even more splashtastic fun in the sun, then the enormous Aqualand Corfu Water Park is definitely the place to go. Full of thrilling rides, slides and relaxing pools, its green grounds have something for everyone in the family to enjoy. One of the biggest and best water parks in Europe, it can be found just 20 minutes drive outside of Corfu town, along the Paleokastritsa National Road. In total, it now has over 50 slides for you to shoot down, with lazy rivers and wave pools also lying alongside sunbathing areas. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite attractions and things to do in Corfu? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.